Hello and welcome to Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. And joining me today is none other than the crazy madman himself, the manager and the creation and the creator, Michaels Amaydo and Lars. How are you doing today, sirs?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Lars? I'm doing phenomenal. It's been a great day today.
Great day. It's been awesome over here. I've got to say that, Lars. Michaels, it's been a wonderful day over here. And I know that you have some challenges that have been set before you, especially with what the doctors say that you have. But do you really think you have what they say you have?
Nah, doctors are never right. Never, ever. They've been telling me I'm hurt forever. There's something wrong with my brain. There's nothing wrong with my brain. That kid has a really good brain. I mean, he has a college degree. You can't be, you don't have the bad brains if you have a degree. I mean, maybe you do, but he did great cheating. Yeah, I mean, Lars helped me a lot with that.
Yeah, Lars, it seems like he's helped you a lot with just more than that. Especially, let's talk about your journey into professional wrestling, Michael. I mean, you have started from the bottom and worked your way almost to where you're at now, almost in the middle, going towards the top. Do you have a ceiling? Is there a ceiling for you?
If you put a ceiling on something, then there's no growth. So for me, I'm not going to put a ceiling on anything. I'm just hoping to enjoy life and have a great time doing what I love, and I love wrestling. I'm putting a damn ceiling on. I want some success. I really don't care how he wants to be, where he's like, oh, I'm having fun. No. We want championships. We want roster spots. We want opportunities. He's being over here being nice. Forget that. We're trying to break through ceilings.
Absolutely, you are. And Lars, let's talk about it. So how did you and Michaels both get into professional wrestling? And how did you learn and decide that this was the right business for both of you?
Well, for me, it started, I was a little kid, and I absolutely loved wrestling. You should have saw him. It was nonstop, all day talking wrestling. I might have had a hand in a little bit because me and his dad used to play wrestling videos for him all the time. It shut him up. But he loved wrestling. I did. I remember my dad took me to SummerSlam Heart and Soul in the Meadowlands. I was so excited. I couldn't believe we got tickets. Absolutely couldn't believe it. So I go to him after the show. We're sitting there, and I'm like, Dad, I'm going to be a pro wrestler. He looks at me, and he was a musician. He looks at me and goes, get a backup plan. And then I go, okay. So then 2 years goes by, and he's now playing me this McFoley documentary on the bio channel, I think it was, or documentary channel, whatever it was in the 90s. I can't remember the channel. But WWE promoted it a lot when they had like a series of them, like 4 or 5 of them. McFoley was one of them. And then me and my dad watched it, and he just stared at me when he found out Foley went to college. It was like, you see, he had a backup plan. And then I was like, all right. I came up to him. It was like, well, Dad, I want to be a wrestler, and I need weekends off to be a wrestler. And I'm 8 at this time. And then I go to him, I'm going to be a teacher. So that way I have weekends off, and I could go wrestle. And no joke, the kid really did it. Like, that's exactly from the time he was 8 years old. He knew exactly what he was doing from that point on.
And from 8 years old to where you are today, how has the journey been? You feel like you've gained success in the industry, or do you feel like you're still disrespected and not respected enough?
To be respected, I feel like your name got to be out there more. So I don't think it's a respect thing. I think it's just I'm not known. So like I've wrestled, I traveled all over the place. I've met all my heroes and everything, but I don't think there's something missing. Like maybe I'm not good with social media because I'm not. But there's not disrespect or like that's just. I think I'm one of the best kept secrets on the indies. Without a doubt, he is. There is no one like you, Michaels. No one. No one like me either. I'm a phenomenal manager, and my commentating skills is quite superb, I like to think.
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of on par. I mean, I got to call a few shows with you there for a little bit, and I think that you were a phenomenal commentator, and you were on point with a lot of stuff that you said. And you made me think and change my mind about some opinions and some people and some places in the world of professional wrestling. And that's what a good commentator does. They not only make you think, but they change your mind and your viewpoint of the world and how you see it and how you see the wrestlers through your own personal eyes and your own personal aspirations. So I would say that. I'd say that you're a great commentator inside the ring with those matches that we called at the former SOM, now Smoky Mountain Pro in Newport, Tennessee.
Yes, I love that place. Lars got to get some opportunities commentating. He never did that before. But don't get him a big ego because he doesn't need one. I need all the ego stroking I can get. I love having a big ego. The bigger, the better. If your ego's big enough and you could like carve it into a ladder, you could climb that ego to the moon. Stars are yours, whatever you want to do.
The sky is the limit there, Lars, if you have a big enough ego, because there's no ego big enough for the world of professional wrestling. And as the man Roddy Piper said, everybody pays the piper at some point in time. And so you're just paying your dues and paying the piper until you get where you're going. Is that a fair assessment, sir?
I believe so. Yeah, that sounds about fair.
All right. So from SummerSlam till now, where have you gone? What have you done? Where was your first match? And how has it transpired till now?
From SummerSlam, my dad realized I wanted to wrestle a lot, so he got me into mat wrestling. I didn't know anything about mat wrestling, and then didn't know that Lars knew about mat wrestling. Yeah, I coached it all the time. Like, that was my thing. I loved coaching mat wrestling. So it was very easy to get Michaels to start wrestling. So I coached him from the ground up. He did a great job coaching me from the ground up. He taught me a lot of throws. I loved arm dragging people. Like, the moment they push into me, I would use all their body weight and momentum and arm drag them right into a side headlock and pin them right from there. And because at that age, no one was doing that, they didn't even see it coming. I loved wrestling up in weight because they'd be like, oh, he's small, I'm going to overpower him. And then I pinned him in 25 seconds because I arm dragged them because they tried to overpower me. It worked all the time. And that was my idea. It got to the point where his coach used to be like, take a shot. And I'd be like, no, throw the arm drag.
So you've been the successful brain behind the man for years. Is that fair to say, Lars?
Yes, I raised him. Yeah.
Not only did he raise you, he mentored you, and he took you under his wing to become the champion that you have been in professional wrestling. Is that fair to say, Michaels?
Yes. Without Lars, there is no Michaels. Nope, no me, no him at all. He would have probably died in an orphanage or something if it wasn't for me. But I came and saved him. He did.
You definitely came to save him because while we were at the former SOM, now Smoky Mountain Pro, we got to see you perform a little bit, but you had a little bit of let's say a conundrum on the outside of the ring. You were talking to him and coaching him, Lars, and he was listening a little bit, but not much. And you got really frustrated with him. And you told him to take it to the next level, and he eventually did. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, he likes to play with his food. It gets me so mad. He doesn't do the fundamentals that I taught him. Cheat, cheat, and cheat. And when you're not doing the fundamentals, then I'm going to have a problem. You're not listening to me out there. Plenty of opportunities to rake eyes, give wedgies, throw them into the post, use the environment to help you succeed. But Lars, I don't need to do that. You taught me how to wrestle. Why can't I just wrestle? Because the fundamentals tell you cheat, cheat, and cheat.
Lars, that's a little bit controversial, wouldn't you say? Cheat, cheat, and cheat? Is that how you would want your legacy to be remembered? To cheat, cheat, and cheat?
When you have success, the legacy is what you want it to be. So I could easily lie and be like, I never cheated. Knowing well I cheated. You got to cheat. It's the way to succeed. Cheating is succeeding. So if you're not cheating, you ain't succeeding. But I
had a teacher.
I
had a teacher who used to say, Lars, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But they would always catch us cheating. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I know that it does come with success. It has helped you. It has helped Michaels inside the ring, and it has helped cultivate a winning culture inside of your mind and his mind both, that he can be successful if he listens to you. I think that's the most important thing. Would you agree with that?
Yes, success comes to listening to me. A great governor of Minnesota once said, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. And I took that to heart. And if he's not listening like that, then we're going to struggle. We're not going to struggle. I can wrestle. I got a pretty drop kick. I can do a single leg. I got Northern Lights, suplex. I actually can even fly if I want to, but I just never leave my feet. But I can. So if I'm well balanced, why would I cheat? Because we're winning. And cheating comes with winning.
Very interesting that you say that cheating comes with winning and that they're one and the same. Sir, I
can name cheated. Presidents, CEOs, I can name them all. They all cheated. Governors, senators, they all cheated. Whatever, wrestlers, they cheated. Sportsmen, they cheated. I mean, just think about it. We went from deflating balls to hooking up with Marilyn Monroe when married. Everyone that's great cheats.
Do they really, though, sir?
Yeah. Lars,
I think he's just cynical, Michaels, to be honest with you. I think he's just cynical on this issue because he's got a one world bias view of how to win, and that's by cheating. But you said earlier that you don't need all that stuff to win. You don't need to do any of those antics to win. You can win on your own because you're that damn good. So are you that damn good, or do you have to have him in your corner, have to have him yelling at you in order to win?
No, I'm that damn good. I could wrestle without him. I don't need him anymore. I mean, he taught me everything, but there's love, there's confidence with them. And also, if I need to get to that, that ninth inning, I know Lars will be right there with a game plan. And you know what? And also, morally, it's not beneath me to cheat. I just don't need to do it. But if I'm struggling, Lars is there with a good plan to cheat every time. That's right. But we argue about it sometimes.
You argue about it quite a bit, not just sometimes. I mean, I saw you in the backside in the locker room. You were over there talking to yourself. Well, talking to each other. Let's call it what it is. You're talking to each other, but y'all are having the most intense conversation going left to right, talking to one another. And you know what? You kind of scared the entire locker room away from you both, just to be honest with you, because they had never seen or heard an animal like you before.
I mean, people look at me weird all the time in stores. I don't understand it. They look at me like I got something on my face. I don't get it either, Lars. They look at us all the time. I think I'm pretty. I guess that's what it is. No. I'm the pretty one, obviously. The gray hairs, they think it's cute. Nah, Lars, I don't think. I mean, you've got me so stressed out. I'm starting to get gray hairs. But I don't know what it is. They stare at me all the time, and they stare at him all the time. But yeah, we were arguing. I thought maybe they thought it's going to come to blows. That's happened once. I mean, I was a champion of this place in Delaware called PPW, and Lars ended up being one of my challengers. He came out of retirement, and I had to show him the young lion he could beat the mentor. He did. I was proud of him that night, but he didn't win the match. Some other dude came in and attacked us, and it was thrown out, so I didn't lose. I don't care that I was in an ankle lock. I didn't lose. He was gonna lose any minute now. He's lucky that my future challenger ended up coming out and attacking me for the next show. But hey, I was going to beat you, Lars. No, you weren't. I was going to be PPW champion. No, you weren't, bud.
Well, you've said a lot right there. You said at PPW you had the first match against yourself, and you said somebody came out and followed one of your 3 rules, right?
I can't wrestle myself. I wrestled Lars.
Well, you're wrestling Lars. I mean, it is yourself. It's Dit. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works. You're 2 different people, 2 different personalities. I mean, explain it to me.
Yeah, I'm on the screen right now. I'm here. I'm Lars. And I'm here. I'm Michaels. Do you see 2 of us? I don't get what the issue is.
Well, I don't think America knows what the issue is, or anybody watching knows what the issue is, but it's very entertaining to say the least. Now, you were facing Lars Michaels, and Lars, you were facing Michaels inside that match, and somebody followed your 3 rules, Lars. They followed the cheat rule, and it may have cost you the match. Are you a little bit upset about that?
Yeah, because they didn't give me a rematch. No one lost. This wrestler down there, Adam Ugly, because Michaels took the belt from him, was mad and came and attacked us. Meanwhile, I don't know what he was mad about. He didn't. He should have been in the back of the line. Lars Madison was the #1 contender. Yeah, they asked me who I wanted to defend the belt against. Me and Lars were arguing. I said, Lars, I wanted to put him in his place. And then we had a match, and I was putting him in his place. And then that stupid Adam Ugly came out and ended up attacking us and threw the match out.
It sounds like you have a vendetta, both of you, against Adam Ugly, and you want to settle that score at some point in time in the future.
Nah, this was a long time ago. Very long time ago. A real long time ago. Back in like a long time ago. Yeah, this was a long time ago. I don't even know if he wrestles anymore. That's how long ago it
was. Well, it just seemed that way by the way that you were talking about it. How upset you got about it. It just seemed like you were ready to settle that score tonight. We were damn sure we're going to try to make it happen.
Yeah, the score's between me and Michaels. Yeah, that's the issue. He still thinks he can beat me. He can't.
Michaels, do you really believe that Lars can't beat you? You know, the teacher always never teaches every one of his tricks to the student.
He can't. He tried to beat me back when we were mat wrestling when he was teaching me that, but then he taught me how to cheat in that also. And because he taught me how to cheat in that, I know how to stop him from cheating against me. And because I'm younger and stronger, he can't check my oil. He can't do all of his other cheating things because I know how to sit out and block it. So in a pro wrestling match, same thing. I know all of his moves. He can't stop me, and he's too old to do his other moves that I don't know. Yeah. I'm not that old.
How old are you, Lars?
About 79.
You're pretty old in the business, baby.
I mean, I am. But at the same time, I ain't. Yeah, I mean, he's 79, and he's a manager. That's why he's not that old. But once, like, he randomly will pop out of retirement and be like, I'm going to be your tag partner. Like, we've been tag partners a couple of times. That was a dream, to be a tag partner with my mentor. It was amazing. I loved that. Did that a couple of times.
I bet that was highly entertaining for the crowd, too.
I mean, they booed us. I know in North Carolina when I did it. Was it North Carolina or was it South Carolina? It was one of those places. They're all the same. They threw beer at me. I mean, I did say some mean stuff to them, but they deserved it. Yeah, Lars, I mean, you said some really mean stuff to them. I ain't going to lie. I would have threw a beer at you, too.
Well, Lars, you kind of say some mean stuff to anybody and everybody that kind of gets in Michaels' way. And anybody who's in front of Michaels and any crowd that's against Michaels. Is that a fair assessment?
I mean, people come at me weird. They stare at me odd. I don't get why they stare at me. So because they stare at me, I got to talk trash. I mean, that's what happens. I give them the crazy eye and I say something mean. So, I mean, if I see a single mom there with 3 kids and I go to them, hey, all your kids got ADD, all different daddies, they get a little mad. And I don't get it. But you're staring at me like I'm like there's something on my face. Yeah, but Lars, that was wrong. That's mean. You don't know those kids' daddies. For all you know, you might be right, but you could very well be wrong. That's very judgmental and just mean-spirited. I went and high-fived the kids, but they didn't want my high-fives because you were mean.
You went to high-five the kid after he said this?
Yes. Michaels was trying to be nice. He is a nice guy. I'm not. Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of what Lars does. Like that stuff with Nikki Wilde going on at SMP. I don't agree with that. That's all him who thinks she's a man. Yeah, because I proved this already. Birth certificates, confirmation from Father Wilde. I already know. So, I mean, and once again, another proof I don't agree with him. There's lots of that.
So, Lars, you think that Nikki Wilde is a man? You have without a doubt, 100%.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I would highly doubt that. I would like to see the proof, and we can put it on the screen if you've got it for Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. We'd like to see it right here first from Nikki's father.
Hold on. I have a video that I could send that you don't have to put the speech on, but you could. The proof is on there. There's pictures of her career when she was a plumber, when she was in the Super Bowl, when she was a bodybuilder. But I don't know if I'm going to lose. What's it called?
Well, let's see it. If you send it to me, we'll do it. If we lose you for a picture for just a moment, I'll bring you back up, but we'll hold on to it. So coming up live is going to be the video that he's going to be sending me. That's Michaels and Lars both. Michaels Amaydo and Lars Madison will be sending me a video of Nikki Wilde, and we will air it for you live right here on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver, and we'll talk a little bit about it, and we'll get it going for you guys just as soon as we receive it, and we'll have Lars and Michaels Amaydo back on here shortly, right after we receive that video. So definitely stick around as this time comes. And as I've told you, we've got the crazy madman here, and he is doing his work, and he is doing the Lord's work, I should say, inside that ring. That's right. Michaels Amaydo is challenging anybody and everybody and taking on anybody and everybody that he has the ability to with the help of Larz Madison, his manager. Now, this is very controversial because there's a lot of people who don't understand the disassociated identity disorder that Michaels Amaydo and Larz Madison possess together. However, whenever you do have something like that goes on, it's very serious and it can cause a lot of damage to anybody that you come in contact with. That's why none other than Michaels Amaydo is extremely dangerous inside the ring. We're going to switch right over here and we're going to watch this small little video that he posted. A bouncy baby boy.
Yep, a bouncing baby boy. I ain't lying when I told you that she's a man. Michaels is there playing his Switch, not caring what I'm telling him. But I'm telling you, her name is Nicholas.
Nicholas Wilde, you say?
Yep.
So here is the question that I've got for you, Lars. Here's what's coming out of here. So you are one person right here on the screen with me, but you're Mouskatoo and two people right there on the screen with them. How does that happen?
Michaels is there. Michaels is on the screen now. Yeah, I'm on the screen right now. I'm always here. Like we're 2 and 2. The video I just sent you is the same thing. Yeah. We're in the same room.
So is that how you see yourself? Do you see yourself talking across from Lars Michaels? And Michaels, Lars, do you see yourself talking across from Michaels?
Well, right now, Michaels is to my right. Yeah, and Lars is to my left. We're just standing side by side so the camera can see us both. Exactly.
Well, to us who don't understand DID, you're standing in the same body. That's why you're getting all these looks, Lars. Do you not understand that?
That's crazy. I do not share the same lungs, the same nose, the same eyes, same arms and legs as Michaels. We're two different people, completely distinct personalities. Like you just saw, Michaels likes to high-five people I insult. Yeah, I'm nice. He's mean. Exactly. I never once told somebody that they're so fat when they sit on their iPhone, it turns into an iPad. Or that if a mosquito bites them, that mosquito gets diabetes. That never once came out my mouth. Lars, it 100% came out your mouth. 100%. I never once told a person that their mama is so dirty that she gave the beach crabs. Never once said that. Lars, you said that too. I apologized right after once again. Like, I'm kind.
Michaels, I believe that you are the kind one of the two. And Lars, I can't believe that you would tell somebody that you gave them crabs. They're so dirty. That's awful, sir.
How do you think the beach got so populated with crabs? One dirty mama.
One dirty mama? Was it the one that you were, kind of there for a little bit?
No, I'm
Is that
clean.
how you know?
I'm clean. Lars, don't lie. I remember 1998.
Ooh, 1998.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's what they say. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in professional wrestling stays in professional wrestling is what they say as well. And I can guarantee you this, Lars. I know that you have a brand new show that's going to be coming up here shortly in September. You're going to be starting something with Michaels Amaydo on YouTube. And I've got a little bit of a sneak peek for everybody out here. We want you guys to subscribe to this channel. It's going to be the Half Beards Camera. Is that correct?
Yeah. This is something that Michaels and me wanted to do for a long time. Michaels took a lot of classes when he was going through school and stuff. So this was something he wanted to work on, tell our story a little bit. It's like a documentary of all of what we do, our lives. Lots of craziness goes on in it. Lots of craziness. Like, for instance, the story is told about how I helped Amber Heard by pooping in Johnny Depp's bed. Like, I couldn't believe my turds were on the news. Yeah, like, amazed by that. And then there's also another story about how he beat Jack and got his tickets on the Titanic. The movie's wrong. I can't believe they made a movie about my boat accident. Still to this day, I can't believe it. And then there's like a lot of stories about his life and my life are in this, including the first time I met Lars. We documented it in it. Yeah, and that was a sad day, a real dark day. But
real dark.
It got. I molded him from there, though. He did built me from the ground up, and it tells our story, and it's a fun show. A lot of stuff goes on in it, like I just mentioned, a couple. Like, for instance, how do you think Diddy got all his baby oil? He DoorDashed it. And I DoorDashed deliveries. I couldn't believe it when I pulled up to that place with 1,000 bottles of baby oil. So this is all stories on the page.
Well, Lars, that's going to be coming out when in September? Is it going to be available for the public?
September 1st, it'll be available. We'll have content pretty much every day. 2 new episodes of Dissociative. Also, we have an animated series called Ish Talk, where it's 2 animated characters that literally just talk trash to each other. Lars, I think, helps some of them with some of the insults, because I heard Barnaby say one of Lars's insults that I heard Lars say at a match before. So I'm pretty sure Lars is over here coaching some of these insults.
And you can find them on YouTube at Half Beards Camera 6138 is where you want to go to find them. Like and subscribe and hit that bell as soon as it's available for you guys. Get all of the action there, right there, for Half Beards Camera, for Michaels Amaydo, for Lars Madison. Now, Lars, there's something that we did not talk about that I wanted to get into, and we're going to show it on your Facebook page. It's going to be called Disassociated, which we were starting to talk about it a little bit, but your first episode, like you said, is going to be in September. And right here, Disassociated, inside the mind of someone with dissociative identity disorder, or DID. And your first episode is going to be very interesting, to say the least. Wouldn't you agree with that, Larz and Michaels?
Oh yeah, no doubt. It starts off with a bit of a bang, and then you get to see me with my quarterbacking skills. No one knows that I was once a quarterback in Iowa back in 1942, a state champion, 7-time state champion, Iowa quarterback. But no one knows the Leatherhead days that well. Yeah, he's a good quarterback. My pudgy behind is a decent receiver, so you get to see us play some football, and you hear stories about how Lars and me met, about how Lars was my dad's best friend, and other things.
Whoa, hold on, Lars. You're 79, right?
Yep.
So 1942, you were quarterbacking in Iowa.
Yep.
Make that make sense. You were like 4 years old.
An athlete, my friend.
An athlete.
He is. He really was. You ever see that show with Maui? What's his name? Not Maui. He was a genius, baby geniuses, but also it was a boy genius. He was in like high school at the age of like 6.
Yes.
I forget the name of it, but it was on Disney Channel. That's Lars. Exactly. I had my Letterman jacket by 9.
Now, is there a bedtime for both of you?
I never sleep. My mind's always going. He sleeps all the time. He's lying. He naps nonstop. When we drive places, he's napping. I caught him once napping on the toilet. I'm like, what are you doing? And he just kept sleeping, so I left him there. And yeah, he naps all the time. I go to sleep around 11-ish, maybe midnight sometimes. He's lying about me napping. I never sleep.
So I want to ask you about something that happened here recently for both of you. Eric Eaton and Sean Reynolds versus Michaels Amaydo and Orso Polara.
Yeah, that's at Riot Maker Pro. I love that place. My original Lars trained me, but also Riot City trained me as well. and that's they just started their own promotion. It's doing really well in West Virginia. Very happy. I love going there. Great roster. A lot of good people they trained. For instance, one person that Riot City has helped train is Big Ben Bishop Ellsworth, and Nick Sicken Taylor trained him. But that place trains lots of good people. Matt Wild from Riot City trained Mr. Grimm. Lots of good people come from there. Ruckus trains Sickened, and Ruckus goes there and helps everyone as well, along with Ellsworth pops in there and helps people too. Phenomenal place. Riot Maker Pro is a fun place in West Virginia. But yeah, me and my big man Orso, I needed somebody to help Michaels out. So, because these morons, these praying Atlantis looking jacknuts, shark sniffing sphincter dragons, are always trying to attack Michaels, and I had enough of this. So, because I had enough of this, I got me a big man.
And that big man may have helped you win. Is that correct?
No, they cheated. Yeah, maybe I had a chain around my hand and I was looking to punch him in the face with it. But you can't pull my tights on a schoolboy. That's some BS. And the referee saw it. They cheated. They did. I couldn't believe it. I mean, Michaels beat Raymond the month before. No problem. And now all of a sudden he's over here schoolboying. Obviously he's cheating. He's on the gas. I can't believe this. I mean, people are like, he can't be on the gas. Look at his body. You can be on the gas and still look like that. Lars, I don't know about that. Trust me. You can be on the gas and look like that.
You can be on a lot of stuff and still look like that. That's absolutely the truth. But speaking about having a look, I believe you faced a former United States champion and a former heavyweight champion in Lawson. You know, Lawson versus Miles and Michaels Amaydo, or Lars Madison and Michaels Amaydo. And I think that was at Showtime Championship Wrestling Alliance. Is that correct?
Yes. Showtime Championship Wrestling is also, that's a great place. That was a place that was open before the pandemic. Went through the pandemic a little bit, but then kind of had trouble at the end of the pandemic and is now coming back. Had a lot of fun. I had a group there with some big guys. My brother, PJ Parker, I love him to death. But we were the RCBs, and we wouldn't allow anyone to know what that stood for. Yeah, Lars is like, we can't tell people what that stands for. And it's not appropriate. And it isn't appropriate. So we wouldn't let anyone know about it. But our entrance song was literally the instrumental of the song that inspired the name, and it wasn't appropriate. That's why it was an instrumental we used. But yeah, the RCBs was a very fun time. We won the tag titles together. I was the heavyweight champion. But now I lost that belt to the second, and Mason in a triple threat with Mason Martin. But Mason Martin was an imposter champion at that time because Lars decided to no-show some shows. Yeah, I did. I mean, I was like, Michaels, why are we going there? I'm trying to do this. Yeah, and then he hung me over a balcony and made me not agree to go, and it was BS. Hey, we won a lot of money gambling that day. So I'm excited for SCWA. That's going to be an amazing show. Lawson's a former U.S. champion, but that's okay. I'm going to mollywop him, beat him so damn badly. Trust me, he's talented. But, up here in the brains, he tries to teach an ant to hurdle through Cheerios. That ain't too smart. When you're trying to use a rainbow as a slip and slide, that ain't going to work either. I mean, so many silly things that the uneducated would do to try to be Michaels Amaydo and Lars Madison.
And speaking of the uneducated, at Smoky Mountain Pro at the Greenville County Fair, you faced somebody named Brandon Moore. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't agree with me that Nikki Wilde is Nicholas Wilde. And he keeps interfering in my business. And that's BS. He keeps saving her. For instance, Michaels went out there and gave a very nice apology. I was mad about it. Lars, I was serious. You said some very mean things to that crowd that day. And I apologized to all of them, including Nikki. She's a girl. And then all of a sudden I hold up the ropes to help her get out the ring. And I swatted her, slammed her right into the mat. And I was about to prove to everyone she's a man. And then that Pee-wee, annoying. I didn't even realize when I met him 5 years ago, he was a kid. I thought he was in high school then. I thought he was in college then. He just graduated high school. This kid attacked me horribly. He's talented, too, for being so young. He just needs to get the brains right and learn the basics of cheat.
Well, For those of you that don't know that are watching this show, we've talked about Nikki Wild a little bit. She used to be the in-ring announcer for SOM/Smoky Mountain Pro and back in the day, and she did a phenomenal job for them. And Lars Michaels, I have to agree with Brandon Moore on this one. I don't think that she is a man. Even though you kind of came out with some video evidence and you tried to show people that side, I just don't believe it, sir. No matter how much you try, no matter how much you try to push that, I don't believe it. So you'd have to come up with something a little bit more tangible for me to have evidence on it to believe.
You got to look past the eyes. You got to look past the beauty. And you got to focus on the Adam's apples. That will tell you everything.
Just the Adam's apple?
Just the Adam's apple.
Does she got a big one?
Oh, yeah. It's like a Granny Smith.
It's like a Granny Smith.
Lars, she does not have an Adam's. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous sometimes. I don't agree with his insults, but I mean.
All right, let's go back a couple months ago into June. I know that you were at Tennessee Legacy Wrestling. I believe that was the 21st of June when you were there. Tell us about that. What happened there? Kenny France.
Do you remember that one? Lars. That one. Oh, yes. I remember that one. That was the one where you got us in trouble with all that trash talk you were giving everyone out there. They were booing you all over the place. Oh, yeah. I remember that one. That was a fun time. Great promotion. Met a lot of really cool people. Really cool people like Menace. I met him a long time ago, and it was cool seeing him again. I like when I bump into people from a long time ago. That's always fun. And yeah, and then there was a cool tag team. They were a lot of fun to meet and work with. Well, we didn't wrestle, but then the match was good. I enjoyed the match. I got cheated. You did get cheated. I remember that. Completely cheated. Lars, how did he cheat? You told me he cheated because I saw it. Really?
Lars, just because you see something doesn't mean it's actually true, especially when you're coming from 4 pairs of eyes instead of 2.
He used the closed fist. That's cheating. That was it, Lars. That was what you were all up in arms about in the locker room, the closed fist thing. Yeah, I thought it was more you were distracting me, trying to get me to cheat. That wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. Or was it when you were distracting me, when you were yelling at the fans instead of focusing on the match? I heard some of those insults. You made me laugh. Mid-match, I'm laughing. I mean, I'm a funny dude.
Well, you both are, to be honest with you, and you both get so hot and passionate about professional wrestling that it's kind of hard to take our eyes off of you once you're inside the ring. And so I think anywhere that you're going to be going, you're going to be the focus of attention for everybody who's inside the crowd, whether you want to be or not. It's just going to happen, Larz and Michaels. But with that being said, how do you keep the focus on your opponent inside the ring?
Well, before pre-match, Lars normally talks to me about my opponent. And when he does, he actually has really good research on him normally. Like injuries, body parts that are hurt, like good ways to cheat if I need it, weapons he hides under the ring before the show. Like he does a lot before matches that you don't realize. That meanwhile, like everyone's over there planning, getting ready, getting psyched up, stretching, getting their fitness right before a match. Lars is over here picking prime spots to hide things. Like, I don't know, like, for instance, that match with Orzo at Riot Maker Pro. I don't know where that chain came from. All of a sudden, he was like, here! And he tossed it to me. And I'm like, cool. The gold chain just popped up. So I'm like, I'm going to use it. And it was like a metal dog leash chain.
Well, it follows his 3 rules: cheat, cheat, and cheat. And I mean, if you're following those rules, I believe you're going to win some matches, even though you might get caught in some.
I mean, we've been caught cheating sometimes. That stinks. But at the same time, it feels good. Because when you get caught cheating, it shows the opponents that you're willing to risk it to get the biscuit. And I agree with that at times, too. Like, you got to risk things in life to get things. So, like, when you're down, risk something. And then you'll get more out of it. That is crazy because, you know, if you risk something, normally it comes with loss, too, possibly. But at the same time, you ain't going to get a lot if you don't risk anything. So you got to risk it. Yeah, so that's why sometimes we risk cheating to win. But also, it's not cheating. if you manipulate the ref out the way. Lars taught me that. Exactly. And we go over that. I try to get the referee out the way so we could do things all the time. And then it works. Like, for instance, I'm over here talking trash to one of the fans, and then I throw something in the ring. The referee gets that out the ring. And then I toss something else in the ring because I have weapons hidden everywhere. Everywhere. If the ref checks me, you can pull a weapon out, but there'll be another one under the ring. So...
So for all of you who are out there watching that are going to be an opponent of Michaels Amaydo, he just gave away the biggest secret of all. He has weapons everywhere, and you need to watch your back and watch everything that happens, because Lars Madison will plant something, and he'll make sure that they cheat to win. Is that fair to say, sir?
Oh, it's fair. He definitely goes by that even when I'm not trying to cheat. I'm tired of being respectable. We trying to win. So cheat. And then also sometimes when the referees, there's good refs out there that you can't get one by them. Now on the indies, sometimes you have refs that you can do it right in front of them and they ain't going to ring the bell. And, I appreciate those people because they help me with my cheating. But when you got them good, real good refs, the one we see the earpiece in there, you're like, damn it, they're on their game. And then that's when you have to go with a legal low blow. An illegal low blow is awesome because the way to get to it is it's all about manipulation. So when you're manipulating your opponent, you go for an O'Connor roll. You fake push in. Now, what's your opponent going to do when you fake push in for an O'Connor roll? They're going to spin behind you, and they're going to try an O'Connor roll. And when they spin behind you, you make sure you get in front of the ref, and you kick them in the nads. And I trained Michaels to know that scenario, how to manipulate it. Just like when he was amateur wrestling and he'd wrestle up and weight and he'd push into him real quickly so they try to overpower him and he'd arm drag him. It's all about manipulation. Wrestling smart, not dumb.
Using your mind to manipulate what's going on inside the ring, outside the ring, and all over the ring is a definite advantage that you have, being brilliant. Not only one mind, but two that can be used inside that ring. So you all have to be aware that Lars Madison and Michaels Amaydo will have your number, and they'll have something special for you if you do not take them serious. And even if you do take them serious, they always have something waiting on you inside that ring. Lars, Michaels, it's been a real pleasure to have both of you here today. I appreciate you all for coming on. Before I let you go, I would like each of you to say something to the crowd. This may be the first time and only time anybody's ever seen you watch today, or has watched you today and seen you live. Say something to them both.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. What's the best way to put this? Michaels, you take it first. Well, the people out there, I love wrestling. Anyone who supports me, thank you. I appreciate it. I really hope you watch, like, and subscribe Halfbeard's Camera and Dissociative. Dissociative is it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have so much content already made, and yeah, it's gonna be a great time once that launches. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. I think every one of you out there are sharp-sniffing sphincter dragons. Honestly, like, for real. I am really appalled when I go to shows by the smells I smell. I'm really appalled by when I go to shows by the intellect I hear from these people. Like, it's really simple. Really simple. Really simple. I once flew on an elephant with mechanical wings to Mars, and I called the Martian a Martian. They locked me up in prison. They didn't like that. I smoked the stickiest of the icky with them. They let me out, and I learned Martians don't like being called Martians, so I stopped calling them Martians. Well, the fans in this wrestling community are trash, and I learned I will keep calling you trash. That's not nice, Lars. Seriously, you're great people. Love you all. Thank you so much for this opportunity tonight. I had a blast. I had a blast as well.
Larz and Michaels, before I let you go, do you have any merchandise on the internet, or do you sell merchandise live at your shows?
I have a pro wrestling tees store, Michaels Amaydo Pro Wrestling Tees. Other than that, at the moment, all of the merchandise that's about to come out is going to come out in connection with Halfbeard's Camera. We got some plans for that as well. But for a while, I used to have a lot of merch. Now I've been I'm rebuilding Basement Half-Beard's camera merchandise-wise. Oh, yeah, we got some shirts coming out. Cheat will be one of them. There's another one in there that says, if woke, viewer discretion advised. We got a bunch of other ones, like, same thing, Magna, viewer discretion advised. Hey. Don't talk about my people. You don't talk about my people. Either way, we got merchandise coming out based with Half-Beard's camera.
I believe I've got you pulled up here. I'm trying to make sure that I've got it, but right here on your pro wrestling tees through Michaels Amaydo and Lars Madison. Let me exit out of this. I'm sorry about that for that popping up. You can see right here, he's got a couple of shirts available for you. That's there. You've got the King of Maryland and Jack Nut that's available for you. And then live, as you said, you're going to have some more shirts available for them coming in the days to come and future. So you can get it right here on Pro Wrestling Tees. And remember, if you enter that promo code MJF20, you can get 20% off your first order today right there at ProWrestlingTees.com. You do not want to miss this. You do not want to be a part of this without them. So, guys, it would be an absolute pleasure to have you all join us with us here. All right, Michaels, last words. You can say it to anybody out there at all. Last words for your opponents. And Lars, you get last words as well.
Well, my goal is to lead Michael to becoming the champion, undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the wonders we am.
You heard it right here first on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Thank you guys so much, both of you, for being here. It's been a great pleasure to have you on. I would look forward to setting a date with you and having you on in the future if you'll come.
Would love that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll come, but I might be more irritated at that point because I was in a good mood today.
And before we let you guys go, I've got some promotions that we've got going on. If you want to become a Power Slam member right there on Buzzsprout, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you directly to our site, and you can enter in for as little as $3 a month. That helps us, keeps our lights, waters on, and keeps this podcast coming to you with great content with such guests as Lars Madison and Michaels Amaydo. You don't want to miss a minute of this action, and you can go back and re-listen to all 175 episodes right here on Buzzsprout as well. And you can catch this anywhere that you get podcasts besides iTunes. So Spotify, you got iHeartRadio, you got Deezer, you got Buzzer, you got Buzzsprout, you got Chaser, you've got it all. We are on everything, including YouTube and YouTube Shorts. You don't want to miss any of that action. And then if you want to get some merchandise, we have merchandise available for you right there at our Streamlabs store. Scan that QR code today, and there is a special going to be running here in about a week or so. You guys don't want to miss that because we're going to be dropping some prices and popping some tags for you guys, get you some Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver merch. As far as this show goes, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for being here. You heard it here first. Michaels Amaydo, Lars Madison, thank you so much for being here. And we will see you next Tuesday, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Check out